I will follow him wherever he may go. There isn't an ocean too deep. Guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Earth 2 updates video. Referral code down below. Thanks everyone for joining. For those of you confused when I publish videos, at least for Earth 2 anyway, I like to do them at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but sometimes I'm a bit off by an hour or so, like today. But in case I'm way off, just hit the bell. This way you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. Grandmaster Malwile, thank you for commenting always, asks, how are they going to make each tile accurate in the real world? Well, it's already pretty close at a 1-to-1 scale of the real world. There have been some instances, which you've probably noticed, where we see the satellite version of the game be a little bit off than the map version of the game. Either way, it's still pretty damn close, but that can be confusing when you say, oh, well, if I'm looking at the satellite version, I could buy these tiles, and these tiles cover a house or a piece of land that I want, but then if I go to the map version, now suddenly I purchase these tiles, and the building's over here, and they overlap a little bit. It's not like crazy way off, but it is a little off where you have to buy a few extra tiles just to make sure. I don't know which one to buy yet, whether it's the map or the satellite. I think I've just been using satellite. I don't think I've ever really used map. That's just a personal preference. And James Graham asks, in the Phase 2 rollout, when everyone is wiped to a blank canvas, will places' names remain so we can see where buildings once stood? Countries, states, cities, towns, villages, street names, building names, and numbers, etc. The buildings or places with a lot of notoriety will probably be saved. Think of anything that's a Pokestop. Maybe not much in the fields of Ohio, but probably a lot in big cities. Again, that's just my best guess. It's possible that none of the buildings exist at all after the wipe. Everyone drop a link down below to the best Thanos snap meme you can find. If all the buildings are wiped, excuse me. If all the buildings are wiped, there will probably be a transparent wall or highlighted area that says what was there before. So even if you own the Empire State Building or another well-known building, you don't have to feel obligated to rebuild what was there. You could just build a lemonade stand where it was just a troll. I'm definitely going to be able to rebuild some of the stuff I have. Stadiums can be used for more than just Pokemon battles. It should be the same regulation length for a football stadium as it is for a soccer field, as it is for a Pokemon stadium. So, especially if you can influence the weather, and not to get all Alex Jones on everyone, but if we can build whatever we want, we will probably be able to build something close to that heart machine that can influence the weather. How else could we have an ice skating rink or an ice level for Pokemon gym battles? Wouldn't it be cool if we could recreate Blaine's volcano gym from the anime? If nature's still going to be in it, we should be able to build something to protect us from lava so we could explore Mount Vesuvius. But the same way Olaf gets his permanent frost in Frozen 2, we might be able to make things like that famous ice club in Rome. The place is so cool. The whole place is made of ice. It's really fantastic. If anyone's never been there, it's probably closed right now because of COVID, but it's amazing. As long as we're speculating, let's talk about land class for a second. The developers have said that the only difference in land class right now is the amount of land income tax you get. This is kind of a misleading statement. They are correct, however, in stating that right now, the only differences in land income tax. That's the only difference between the classes right now. However, on their homepage, there's a section labeled How to Make Money. And if you scroll down to number 4 on that page called Resources Gathered, it's available later, it reads, when users find loot, treasure, or resources on land, depending on the land that you own, will automatically be given a portion. All right, I'm sorry, once more. When users find loot, treasures, or resources on land that you own, you will automatically be given a portion of the ownership depending on what type of land class you own. All right, so I'm going to read it again. One more time. When users find loot, treasure, or resources, other users, not yourself, other users find resources on land that you own, you will get a portion depending on what type of land class you own. So there are very specific 9 words to finish off that sentence with, and it could mean one of 3 things. One, that it's just a typo and land class won't affect any type of income, and it really is just for land income tax. But number 2, similar to land income tax, You will also get a higher percent of that resource that someone else collects if you have class 1, slightly less if you have class 2, even less at class 3, and then none at class 4. Again, that maybe a little bit at class 4, they might change it, I don't know. But if it reverses and class 4 will give you a larger percent of those proceeds, and then class 3 gets less, class 2 gets less, and 1 gets even less, again, just to have reverse, because would that be an advantage for those of us that are buying early? Absolutely. But any newcomer that's coming to the game can't get class 1. It might be a little unfair to them, just my opinion. Odds are that this will be just number 2, where it'll be the same as the land income tax. But I just want to go through all the scenarios just to cover all the bases. Advertisement income. I'm dying. When advertisements are delivered on land that you own, you will be given a portion of the revenue generated from those advertisements, depending on that class of land you own. So kind of the same thing. It makes sense that this will follow the same rules as what we previously talked about. This is also why developers have mentioned that key popular areas around the physical world will likely have a higher chance of traffic and ultimately gives a higher return to the landowner. Now, even the developers are saying this. Developers are saying key places around the world will give you higher foot traffic because people will go there just to see what's there now, even though, again, buildings are going to be wiped or whatever. But I didn't go buy, I bought a little bit of Central Park, but I didn't buy buildings in New York City. I didn't buy places in London, Paris, Tokyo. Yeah, but not major stuff. Here's why I'm not all in on that idea, even though the developers said it's a good idea. Who's buying land in New York City, Vienna, Rome? Everyone with a decent amount of money. But how creative are they? Are they going to have the same creative capacity to keep people's attention once they're there? Maybe they do have some good ideas. Are they going to have some good ideas to fill up 750 tiles? I don't know. My money's on that. The same way Nick Fury was going to build an arsenal with the Tesseract to help defend Earth against impossible threats, but then says, I didn't put all my chips on that number, though, because I was playing something even riskier. End quote. I am planning to build things in New York City, Jerusalem, and other famous places as well. Yeah. But I also am not placing my bets on those 3 things. I will place my bets on the creativeness of others. And part of where this channel will go as phase 2 rolls out and we start building things is exploring other areas and reporting back to everyone what places I think is the coolest, and then me building tiles on places I think, oh, you guys are building this, bam, I'm going to buy right next to you. At first, yeah, the developers are right. People will go to those famous areas just to see what's there, but I have this feeling that not much will be there, and it'll be people buying land in cheap places, and they're just going to be creating something absolutely fantastic, ridiculous, and no one's going to want to pay right now $30 a tile in the U.S. and they 10 tiles, that's $300. That's a lot of money for some people. That is 5 Xbox games. That is so. If what they want to create, they have to create on 10 tiles. It's much easier to do it on something that is 50 cents or $2, because this way 10 tiles is $20. Yeah, people could do that. And then they go and collect resources. That's doable for people. $300, not doable for some people. So, unless you have some kid with daddy's credit card, and then his dad beats the shit out of him later in the flashbacks. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And again, I will take suggestions. If you guys report back to me saying like, oh, have you checked out this place? I will go check out that place. It is important for me as a YouTuber to get feedback. So anything that you guys want me to cover, let me know. Drop everything down below. But please smash that like button for me. I love you all. I might do a video tonight, but my throat is dying from talking at my first job and then talking 11 hours a day with videos. So I will catch you all later. Goodbye. Chachito.